All right, our fourth diamond here. I'm telling you, we're kind of changing it up. It's exponential, and we're given the words. We have to figure out equation, table, picture, and graph. Okay, so word problem here. Casey saw 2 birds at the park. She noticed every week she went, the amount of birds tripled. So the reason this is exponential is because there's one of our keywords, tripled. Okay, so we know this has to be exponential. Let's start with our equation. So you can look at checkpoint 1 or even the poster in our classroom. The equation for exponential looks like this: y equals b times a, and then just remember that x is up high, okay? So let's fill this out to match our words. B is always the starting value. What did Casey see to start? She saw 2 birds, so that was the starting value. So I'm going to change my B to a 2. Next, the A is what the rate of change is. Remember, our rate of change is it's tripling. You have to ask yourself, when you're tripling, what are you multiplying by? And that's going to be 3, just like triplets, right? There's 3. So these words should match this equation. Okay, let's go ahead and make our table. So remember, our starting value is 2. So I'm going to write that as 0, 2. Hopefully we're catching on to that by now, where it's always 0 and your starting value. And then my x's always go 1, 2, 3. Now this is the part that you need to think about. What is my rate of change? It's tripling. Tripling means multiplying by 3. So when you start at 2, your next number has to be 2 times 3. We're multiplying by 3. It's not 5. We're not adding 3. We're not doing 2 plus 3. No, we're multiplying by 3. So what is 2 times 3? It is 6. And then do it again. What is 6 times 3? It is 18. And then what is 18 times 3? It should be 54. I'm going to check my math real quick on Desmos. 18 times 3, 54. Okay, so there is my table. Now let's go ahead and make my graph. So I want to start by typing my equation into Desmos. So y equals 2 parenthesis 3, and then I'm going to pull my keyboard up and put the x up high. So here's my graph. Now let's just make sure we put 3 points on my graph. So I'm going to start with 0, 2. And I'm going to do 1, 6, parentheses, and then I'm going to do 2, 18. And then I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And it looks like all 3 points are on my line, which means my table's right and my equation's right. So let's go ahead and get this graph over into my diamond. I'm going to follow my arrows. And I'm going to click and drag. Done. Last thing we have is the picture. We start with the word start. How many birds did I start with? I have 2. I'm going to use the and symbol. The first time around, I have 6. And then the second time around, I have 18. So kind of have to count these out. And so you can see that it is growing exponentially. It's getting bigger quick. Okay, so there is how you do an exponential diamond.